Hey guys, quick disclaimer for this episode of the podcast. We did have a little bit of technical difficulties, so the audio quality may be a little lower than you're accustomed to. But nevertheless, it was a good podcast. Enjoy.
I need help, boss.
Stands up and says it louder. He goes, I have a really big penis.
We're the NSAA. We're never serious about anything except grip ball.
I have drifted an aircraft carrier.
What?
To an extent, but you'll be out there alone as fuck. There's no...
Just bumping into people by osmosis of dopeness, you know?
3, 2, 1. We're going.
Welcome, everybody. It is the Happy Hoodlums podcast. We're back with another episode. I got my brother Zack Sampson on the ones and twos, handling all the technical cues. And then we have my brother, a production legend, a man coming from the Bay, but came a long way.
Oh,
He used to be up in Portland, and I was like, yo, what the fuck? You stay where my homie used to stay when we met. And it changed along the way because he came from Guam initially all the way here. So he's international already, and y'all know him for his production. If you ain't heard it by now, you will soon, all right? It is DWills himself. Let's clear the applause here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm dead.
How's it going, D?
Just chilling, bro. I was trying to fucking cook up and shit and this on my laptop, but for some reason it's tripping right now.
Okay, so we're having some technical issues. That's all good though. If it does wind up getting booted up, we'll get some live stuff going, you know, where you can play something on here. If not, we'll just get a link to something where you post it, you know, so we could post SoundCloud wherever you're at.
Okay.
But I guess that brings us into a good starting point, right? So music. We're going to kind of start from the front at first and then jump into how you even got here to the position that you are, right? Okay. So in terms of like mediums that you and websites you use to post or how things kind of fluctuate, explain the way the business goes to people in the modern day that don't know anything about production. Can you like scooch the camera just a tiny bit so you're centered? There you go. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, so what was the question again?
Yeah, I phrased it hell long. All right. Cut 2. What websites do you use to post stuff in terms of like producer life? Right.
Uh-huh.
On the age, especially just being on the verge of just breaking through, you know? What's it like for you? How does life go?
Me and shit. I think a lot of times I think I use my maybe Instagram and like mainly Instagram, sometimes Twitter. Like in my earlier years, I would use Twitter and shit. I got some opportunities off Twitter, but mostly like Instagram, emails. I'm fucking on Gmail tough. So it's like that, like networking, really using social media.
Damn, Gmail? How do you use Gmail? Just so I know.
Well, Gmail, we like once you have people's emails, obviously you'd be on Gmail, you know what I'm saying? Sending out email, gotta do, otherwise your beats ain't gonna get heard, you know what I mean?
Okay. See, that's cool though. That might be gold to somebody that's on the trying to come up that doesn't know how to franchise and get their beats out there and market themselves, you know?
You ain't got your beats, you could make the best beats, bro, but if you ain't getting them to nobody, like what good is that? You know what I mean?
So do you enjoy the business aspect just like as much as the music or how's that go?
I think so, because I think it's cool. Like obviously I love to make music, right? But we all want money, you know what I'm saying? We want it, not even just about money, but like you want the representation for who you are as an artist, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
my portfolio, you know what I mean? So I think that's kind of important just as much as making the music itself.
Because I know you as like a don, you know, a well-rounded entrepreneur, you know, but we want to get the people in on it because what me, you, and Jesse and Zack and all my bros wind up talking about, it's like each one of us is an interesting, unique character,
Yeah.
and like a brand unto itself. Even though we're all standing together, it's like everybody moves different, you know. Not everybody's gonna have clothes, for instance. Not everybody's gonna have beats, but everybody's got something that they market, and it helps to make them unique. Out of our friends.
But they got a talent, bro.
Yeah. But where did you learn that music like came to you? Like was that natural? Was your family musical? Was it growing up in Guam? Where did it start? Where did it hit?
It probably started in Guam, but I just always loved music and shit, and I love to like drum on the fucking table and shit. You know what I'm saying? Beatboxing and shit. And then I think in middle school, that's when I met the homie. My mom actually made me. She was like, "Yo, talk to him so you can have some friends and shit." So I talked
Hmm.
to the one that showed me the program that I use to make beats. So ever since then, I just been
Hey,
hooking up tough.
all right. Shout out to homie.
Yeah.
Um, so in Guam, is there a heavy cultural influence of hip hop? Had hip hop already made its like arrival in full force? Like,
People, yeah, people hella fuck with it. Like they hella love hip hop over there, but it's more so like they like if you the one who making the music, they not fucking with you. You are
mhm.
bad. Can I cuss on here?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
you
You're
good,
good.
bro. Say whatever you
Speak
want.
freely. Yeah.
So if you're not like mainstream, or even if you was like have some type of buzz, it's more like if you were up there in hip hop, then they
Hmm.
I mean, they had some people. I think Made in Tokyo came down there. A couple people came down there and shit, but yeah, not really a big music scene though.
Okay. So I guess what I'm asking is, what was the music on the island that you were hearing?
Oh,
What inspired you there? Because if you weren't hearing hip hop and stuff, that's really dope. Like, because I love hip hop, but I grew up hearing, folk music or like
mm.
soul music or rock and roll, you know?
I think at that time, a lot of people like rock and roll, but most everybody on the island, like reggae is like a big thing on the islands. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And there's a couple people from my neighborhood that were like in reggae bands. Like someone was a drummer, another dude played guitar. You know what I'm saying? And they
Okay.
have the keyboard and shit too. They had a keyboard player, and I always thought that was tight too. Like seeing them fucking make
Mhm.
music. So it wasn't just influences from like music, like in the radio, or you know what I'm saying. It was like real life experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because and do you find a reggae kind of rhythm sometimes wanting to seep through into your music, or how is the music making process for you? Is it just a blank slate where you're like, I'm gonna just, does it draw itself? What is it?
I made some reggae beats before, but
Yeah.
it's usually like sometimes I'll get caught up in making the same shit, and then there'll be like people like J Knight, people like my other homie Ben, like they'll be like, "Yo, you should try to make a beat like this. Yo, you should try doing something like this," and I'll just try it, or I'll try new ways of, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
to try to not keep myself in a box.
Okay. When you create, do you prefer to be alone or with people?
It just depends on what type of vibe I'm on.
All right, that's fair. Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes it could
Okay.
be so. Sometimes I'm stuck and I need fucking to go work somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. Cause like, what I've noticed, especially because the hub was like Portland. The homies are actually all starting to kind of spread, but
Yeah,
it really was Portland. Where we were all like together and stuff. And I would always just like fly through. And I have to tell the people, man, I'm so appreciative and humbled, that you would always let me slide and come kick it in the studio no matter what, bro. Because a lot of what it was is like producers take a room and change the whole atmosphere. It's the nature of production.
Yeah.
Because like if you think about like church or something, it's always got to warm up like a presentation, right? Where there's singing and stuff
Mhm.
because it gets the vibe right. It changes the spirit of the room, Just
Yeah.
like if you lit candles in a room, you come in, it gets a texture to it, right?
Yeah.
And so
Right.
even stand up comedy, they're gonna put up somebody before you get the main act, to get the
To get the
atmosphere right. So when you walk into a producer's house, their house is usually in the cut. If you know a producer, their house is in the cut somewhere. I don't know why y'all can't live in a normal ass place. All right, but when you get in there and like DWills was together, the lights are all around the room, so like the shit'll change. He can have it strobing. He'll be like, "Hold up, we gotta change the vibe, change it to a different color in the room, right?"
Oh man, I miss the studio.
Yeah, they be flexing like that, right? And they'll just with that a table with some weed shit on it and a little MIDI keyboard or something. They will make magic in that bitch, bro.
Amen.
And we
Hey.
pack, yeah, yeah. That's the official keyboard.
Yeah.
That's big boy shit.
Yeah, bruh.
Bro,
Upgrade.
they used to have backpack. J Knight used to carry a keyboard this big,
Oh,
just a
Damn.
section of keys in his backpack,
The
bro.
12-inch keyboard or some
you
shit.
still got it too. That's funny. Remember.
Yeah, but see, one of the things that I find unique about you, and you can feel free to tell me how this came about if it jumps at you, right? Is when I come into your room, I feel like you really go the extra mile for real production. Like I can imagine you having a drum set in your house, like and guitars and all that shit, all the different kinds of instruments. Um, but like not everybody's like that in this day and age. Some people don't invest in their craft, right? And don't respect the craft. So like what does the craft mean to you? What does it mean to you to be one of those people that is bringing hip hop to the next paces? You know what I mean?
I think what it means to me is like like getting into that zone. Like, when you're a creator, you, there's like a zone that you get where you're just like so creative. You're not worried about like real life shit. You know what I mean? You're not worried about like, oh man, like, it better be a fucking hit. Like just keep doing that what you really love to do and what sounds good to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you look at it that way, I feel like it brings a different aspect to the table. You know what I'm saying? And it change it like helps you as an artist. You know what I mean? Make better stuff and
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Have you ever resented the music social climate? Like what you have to go through. Has hating ever gotten to you? Like what are some of the things that you may have had to navigate, like in stuff before getting to the point where you could maintain creativity on such a day to day, day in, day out level?
What was the first part again?
Like in terms of like the society, right? And how people are, right? How haters are. Like, have they ever got to you? Did that ever affect you? Um, or is there anything you would want to change about like hip hop culture? Especially in like the underground, while people are bubbling, trying to get up.
Yeah, bro. One thing this this shit has to change is fucking the the, the way that the industry looks at produce, especially if you're not no Metro Boomin yet. You know what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
feel a lot of times like it's not so much of the hate from like people, because I think people in general fuck with music. I think people think it's dope that I make beats and shit, but
Mhm.
it's so like if you're up and coming, it'll be harder for you to establish yourself or for anybody to hear who you are until you get that big, you know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I made a hit. You know, I done did so many streams. Until you get that, everybody doesn't respect your craft.
Mm.
So that's like the societal thing. It's like, oh, you say you make beats. Oh, I rap too. You know, it's like everybody's nowadays. But once you get that bigger, like, oh, I produced a song for so and so, or I did this many streams, or I made this many hits, and then now it's like you're in a different ball game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. So speaking to uh what is that, how does that affect your craft? You said people don't recognize how their reception of you, you know, and kind of trying to like belittle producers, you know what I mean? Like how does that actually affect you on a day to day? You know, whether that's money, what does your day look like? Do you have to run around hella more? Like how does that play out for you and how does it affect your creativity?
I think it more so affects like creativity. Like for example, I wouldn't say it's generally me that like does this, but you know what I mean, like people definitely do this. Like you ever notice like when there's a song on the number one song, it'll be like the next few songs that are like hits after that sound kind of similar to that song that was a hit before. Well, mainly what I'm saying is because people don't really respect the smaller producers, it kind of like puts us in a box that, oh, okay, well, it's like the industry saying if you don't make a sound like this, then
Mm,
you know what I mean, then we're not gonna fuck with it. So you have to limit your creativity to actually make because you're like, oh, I don't want to make something that they wouldn't like. You know what I mean?
yeah. Do you think trap music is dying?
Why do you do that?
I'm asking you because you're just talking about beat trends and things, you know, that affect you creatively when people aren't trying to hear that, even though this might be something that's gold. People just don't know how to work with it. You know what I mean? Because I think from an artist perspective, when you come in, like I'm someone that I'll try to freestyle on anything. Like I don't give a fuck if it's elevator music. I'll try that bitch out. You know what I mean? And I'll fail miserably. And sometimes like I'm at a point now where I'm like a maturity where I'm like it's not even that that's like a whack ass beat. It's that I just don't feel it. And so when people are trying to hear like a certain sound all the time, you could give them some fucking Pablo Picasso immaculate or some Van Gogh Starry Night shit, but they can't see that bitch right. They don't feel it.
Yeah, they don't appreciate the value in it because they don't,
Y-
you know.
Yeah, they don't know how to spit to it. It's not that they don't fuck with it. They might love it, but they're like it just doesn't give words to them because of the wavelength that they operate on. You know, energetically. And so it's interesting because it's kind of like a catch 22, like what came first, the chicken or the horse, you know, after a certain point.
Uh-huh.
The chicken or the horse, the chicken
Dude,
or the
I was
egg.
about to say,
Sorry,
wait a second,
Paul, I
wait a
missed
second. You got
you.
that
Like,
wrong, bro. I
damn.
was like, what the fuck did he just say? The chicken or the horse? Bro, no shot.
Okay.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you, I have to make y'all laugh once a podcast with my fucked up shit.
But yeah, no, I don't think trap is dead. I think what it is like we're in a day and age where like there's so many different genres, bro. And there's so many people in the world. We all have phones. Like I feel like trap trap could be its thing while West Coast music could be its thing, while EDM could be its thing, while country music could be its thing, like because everybody has a phone. Everybody's listening to music all the time. You know what I mean?
Bro, you are brilliant. Like literally, I'm so happy that you said that because I asked this question And in my heart of hearts, like, I had to check myself because I know I'm a hater of a lot of trends, especially like when they begin. You know, I'm like that dude that like I still hold on to the '90s. Like,
Like, I don't
you know what
believe
I'm
in it.
saying? Like, I'll ride around playing some Pac or like some early UGK shit. No one even knows what the fuck I be listening to when they get in my car or something. You know, my homies might, but if someone else was to get in my car, they'd be like, "What is this?" Like, they love it. They discover some shit because it's great music. Oh, sorry, what was that?
Say anybody born after 2000, they're getting in your car like, what the hell is you playing? You know what I mean?
Bro,
Yeah.
I heard of a kid who didn't know the Many Men by 50 Cent. And then
Well,
when I think it was the Baby put it in his song or someone, I don't remember.
it was Pop Smoke. It was
Pop Smoke, Pop Smoke.
Yeah.
And they were singing that, and then I started singing the original part, and they're like, "What the fuck are you singing?" I'm like, "Dude, this is like what the fuck?"
And that,
Bro, that would fuck me up.
it's crazy. Like those, like, I guess like the newer generation doesn't really like. It's not that they don't care. It's just more so there's so much more invested into the music that's going on now that they're like, let me go and
Yeah.
listen to fucking greats like that, because I don't listen to music that was before my time. You know, fucking
And
Prince. You know what I'm saying? Like people like of that
mhm.
generation.
It's also not wrong to appreciate an icon. You know, like 50 Cent has accomplished so much that like kids nowadays, like, this just fucked me up because I'm just realizing this myself. Because I'm not of that, you know, era and they're a little bit later, when they see 50 Cent, they just see like this successful businessman and they might poke around and find maybe one or two songs, but they're probably not like going through the whole shit because they just don't know what they're looking at or looking for, right? So what they actually appreciate about him is something so different because he's multifaceted. We're not just painting people into like, oh, that's just a rock star, and after being a rock star, there's nothing.
Yeah.
Because if you really want to look at some weird shit in music, look at what happened to hair metal. Bro, rock
Yeah.
and roll, fucking rock and roll, dude. Like the 80s was fucking bananas, bro. And then like all of a sudden people stopped listening to that fucking Panama, you know, and driving off cliffs and shit, you know, and all of a sudden I don't know if they just went extinct. Like hair metal was kibosh. That was the first cancel culture.
They
Was
changed
fucking
their
hair metal.
style, dude, because they're still out there. They're
Yeah.
just they don't dress the same.
Can you imagine me the last dude with leather pants on, some fucking mascara and long hair? Like
Little
I'm committed,
goatee, little
bro.
goatee.
I worked my life around this.
Bro, I instantly think of Motley Crue when you said that. I was
I
like,
feel like people still dress like that, bro. It's just like a matter of where you go. Like I definitely, even in Portland, bro, I definitely seen people like that in Portland, bro, with fucking, you know what I'm saying, green mohawks and shit,
"Oh
or the
yeah."
man,
But
all
dig,
the fights, you know what I mean?
it's over 20 years. If you look at a car, they call a car a classic once it's like over 20 years or so, right?
Mhm.
Hip hop's now classic, right? Hair metal's now classic, and so it comes back around.
Yeah.
But at the time, that shit was boop, like a guillotine on that motherfucker.
Yeah, to have the game in the chokehold for the longest time, bro. And what I was saying about Guam too earlier, like besides reggae, they would listen to rock music and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like people fucking.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying as a kid, like you hear that shit on the radio. You know what I mean? Like all the
Yeah.
time. Whatever what they was playing on the radio in America, that's what they was playing in Guam. You know what I mean?
Where'd you get the stations from? Were they from Cali or Hawaii or where were they?
No, so there were local stations, but they just stole the music. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Oh
Oh,
shit.
what they're playing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
Maybe even a few years behind, like back then. Now it's like everything's up to date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But over there, it was still kind of like you might
There's
like
a
you might
delay.
Tupac on the radio. You know what I mean? And that was in
Well,
the thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's like,
yeah. Um. So like now you got me all bugged out on music history, bro. I'm sorry. What music took out hair metal other than rap, right? But like in that same genre, grunge music. So like if you look at emotions, like the emotions of hip hop or just music and what people want to feel, you know? Um I think hip hop has evolved to the state to bring it full circle where all of this can exist, all these different subgenres and styles, right? And there's some people, I think in the future it's going to be like who can do their style, like their version uniquely within these genres, well, or someone who's so great, like 2 Chainz is a great example. Someone who's so beloved that they can just like they're versatile and different in how they spit their rhymes, but who they are and what they bring to that track almost is unchanging. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 Chainz does 2 Chainz on any song, no matter what genre, and that shit goes like hard and was respected. He don't give a fuck, bro.
Yeah. I think that's what like a real artist, like real artistry, is being able to like see the musical aspect of any genre and be able to just get on that with your own who you are as an artist. You know what I mean?
Who are some producers you admire?
Me, nah. I'm just nah,
That's how
nah.
you're supposed to feel.
I'm gonna say, girl, fucking like the greats were like Dre, and then Pharrell, Kanye. You know what I mean? Who else? Who else? Kanye. I'll say Mustard. I want to say Scott Storch. I want to say even Mike Dean. He's a good like keyboard player. You know what I mean? He does a lot of Kanye shit.
Yeah. See, I was just gonna ask you, what are the attributes? Because I look at this almost like asking a boxer, like, what kind of like things did you like about someone's style? Like, you might have liked one dude's left hook, and he just did it like flawlessly. Like, what are some of the things that you cherry picked out of your love of each like producer? I guess the greats.
I like the way that Dre did his like drums and shit. You know, Tim, they're like the way that they do drums is hard, but I like the way that Kanye like chops samples. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That that's dope. And I like the way Scott Storch can like Mike Dean can just like play the fucking piano. Like doesn't matter what genre, doesn't matter what type of feel they're trying to go for, but they can piano to like get there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's dope.
Are there any kind of beats that like you haven't figured out how to make, but like, do you have any songs that come to mind that are like, man, mad instrumental that you wish you could like, you're trying to figure out and you just haven't figured out how to get there, but you're on the way because you really love that shit. Like for
Yeah,
me, I'll take it back to UGK again, bro, because Pimp C used live instrumentation. Like Pimp C beats are like some early Boosie beats. Like you don't hear nothing that sounds like.
yeah. I want to say, um, wait, fuck. What was the question again, bro? I'm high.
Bro, you just made me forget the question. What the fuck? Don't be doing that to me. Don't just pass your highness over here. I said, shit. I said, fuck, what they do?
What
Damn
did
it.
I
I
ask?
forgot what I said.
Wait, what was
Hey, we need to have live rewind. That's what they need to do for podcasts. That's some real shit, bro. You can make me $1 million if we come up with live rewind for the
the
independent scene.
back? Damn, I don't
That,
know. We're talking about the producers and the way that they do certain
Oh
shit.
yeah, are there any songs that like are style that you haven't learned how to make yet that you like admire, or are there any just beats that come to mind like I wish I made that motherfucker?
Yeah, but when I want to say R&B for like the like some R&B songs and shit,
Ooh, okay.
but I also want to say like I know like maybe even like EDM slash DJ shit. You know what I'm saying? I know that shit goes crazy, bro. People be used to be seeing them crowds and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy, you know. I want to do
Damn.
those two things too at some point in my career.
You just hit me out of left field with that. I did not expect you to go there, but that is so genius, bro. When you come out with that shit, it's gonna be banging.
Yeah, bro. Like I don't know. Like I just want to work. I want to have songs. I don't want to just be in rap music. You know what I mean? When I talk,
Yeah.
like I want to venture off into other shit. But right now, rap is what's getting me there. You know what I mean?
I can dig that, bro. That's so cool because oftentimes I feel like in rap, musical aspirations aren't necessarily on like Front Street. You know, it just comes out later on like, oh shit, Wayne's playing a guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you don't know as on like a consumer level or anything until like after the fact. The only other person that I'll say is like an exception to this is DJ Khaled. Because DJ Khaled will be playing some shit that sound like when he came out with that Caribbean drum shit, you know
Mm,
what I'm saying? The steel drums or whatever. When he was going crazy on that and people hadn't heard that yet, you know, that was like he was on Instagram doing all kind of shit, you know?
yeah, bro. I think it's just the the music industry likes to, like everybody likes different shit. You know what I mean? A lot of times we get caught up in whatever the sound trend right that's going on right now, and sometimes we like to hear like some different shit. You know?
Yeah. All right. What are some other cultural influences that have impacted you in your career, whether musically or just your persona? You know, and I'll give you an example. Have you ever seen people that like fucking graffiti shit?
Mm.
And it's like they always got something cool, whether it's like tattoos or you might have like someone that's more like on the underground scene and they just look kind of like their aesthetics kind of match. Like, you're like, oh yeah, that would be someone doing some painting on a train or something, you know?
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything that plays into your swag like that or into your music that affects you? It's just a culture thing.
I think the I want to say like the culture of like I don't want to say maybe like California because like in Portland I feel like it's a lot different. You know, I knew you in Portland. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like Portland is like this music scene is not as big there. You know what I mean? But like and you know the type of beats that being J9 make. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
sounds like it comes like people from
Slappers.
get on that. Yeah, slappers. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I think that shit really made me embrace like everything California, you know what I mean? From the weather, you know what I mean, to I never used to wear hats because my shit was always fucked off. Now I wear hats and shit now 'cause it's actually sunny here.
Yeah.
So I think I would say just like the music culture here is what plays a part.
Hell yeah. Do you find yourself going back through like some of the like classics that you might have heard? Like, cause I can only imagine, bro, if I lived in like the Bay or something, I'm listening to like everything, like the old school shit, Nicotina, fucking Mac Dre, Too Short. Like, I'm going like to the old original cuts and like driving around just looking at shit.
Yeah, I would definitely I definitely slap some Mac Dre, you know what I mean, trying to get that like okay, what's that bounce that you know what I mean that the Bay Area got versus like Southern California, you know what I mean? Because their
Mm,
music is a little bit different, but it still got that bounce to it, you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I'd be like, okay, like slapping some, you know what I mean, to some. I would slap some Mac Dre, compare that shit to like Dre's old shit, you know what I mean? And like how the bounce is different. I want to say.
Mhm. You know what's interesting is, um, other than the fact that Zach hasn't said anything in like 45 minutes. Uh,
I'm listening, bro. It's
I know.
interesting.
I thought you were at full attention. I'm sorry. I just caught myself real quick. Okay. Is
Like,
how like the LA scene, right?
uh,
They took like movies in Hollywood and made their music cinematic. And I never heard it phrased that way until Nipsey Hussle. So shout out to the great, rest in peace, and may him live on till forever. You know what I'm saying? But he said scenic, like I want to make something scenic, like, or cinematic. And I was like, there's a different texture to a lot of the stuff that comes out of LA, you know, than what comes out of like the Bay. I feel like the Bay is super artistic with it. Like each person is mad different.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like if you look at old mobsters, everybody's got a different personality.
Yeah.
You know, a different character. It's kind of like that, right? That's like the Bay. Everyone's different. But then you go to LA and it's like some banged out shit predominantly, you know, that's gonna come to light. But what I'll say is that people doubt the depth of gangster motherfuckers. Like, we're all versatile. We're all human, you know? Like, I don't gangbang or anything, but I'm still a G, you know? And like when I was in class, I would find out, like, when I would share stuff about my life, that people would receive me really differently, you know, which made me actually wanna I had an internal battle of how I spoke, you know, because of how I speak with my friends versus how to speak to like up the chain of like higher society educated people, you know, that sometimes might look down if it doesn't resonate with them. Kind of like if you're bored and something doesn't give you enough stimulation, you're just out of here. I feel like if smart people aren't stimulated on a certain level, they just don't tap in. And now we're starting to see with like, you know, Kendricks and J Rocks and like Nipsey, like a lot of what's being said coming out of the Bay Boogie, he's off the chain with it, you know, like they're giving depth and emotion and poetry and stuff, you know, like infused in hip hop. I don't know where I'm going with this, but you know, still waters run deep. So like LA is like a movie when you listen to some LA shit, hip hop wise, where the Bay is like, it's like a movie. And I don't want to say like a comedy, but things are eccentric, you know, like everybody's got their own fly shit that they do, but they're all like unique characters, you know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It looks like DWills hitting a connection error or something. So I'm gonna shoot him a text, see if we can troubleshoot that. But Zach,
man.
thoughts so far?
There's a lot of stuff that I wasn't that like into music growing up, so a lot of this is like foreign to me. But I'm keeping up as much as I possibly can. So, yeah. I really didn't listen to music all that much growing up. It's kind of crazy to think about. You know?
Yeah, you know, we kind of try and we try and comfort ourselves by um thinking that our reality is a standard. You know what I mean? Like, and that other people experience things similarly to how we perceive them. So that
Yeah.
way, what we give out doesn't make us feel as weird and we can accept whatever comes back. And so, little things like, hey, I didn't listen to music, don't come out until later. Like, I didn't know people didn't have, like, I don't know, let's see, big ass wars with their friends like in the streets and like throw rocks at each other or you know like get locked in closets and shit like that, like really handcuffed and locked in closets, like
Bro, you want to know some fucked up shit that a friend of mine did to me? Dude,
huh.
we were having an airsoft war, right?
Hmm?
And so you've been to my house. If you were at the front door and you look to your right, there's a big like foresty area that had trails in it.
Yeah.
And there was like a dirt track and stuff. You can ride your bike over there. but we were having an airsoft war, and I had the top of the hill with my team. The other team had the bottom of the
Yeah.
hill. Oh, here he is. Let's go.
What's up, D?
He's back.
Overheated.
The
Take my
great
phone out my lap.
return.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Now we can.
Okay. Yeah, bro, my shit was fucking overheated. I had to fucking take my shit off my laptop.
Oh damn.
Oh man, that's no good. Do you
Yeah.
got any music on your laptop?
Yeah, but my shit's fucking.
If
I
it's
won't be
really
able to play it through
slow,
Discord.
yeah.
Huh?
Is it too slow to process or something? Both at the same time, probably.
Nah, it's just not even letting me update Discord right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dun,
Yeah.
dun, dun. That's okay, bro.
Yeah, hopefully maybe next time I'll hop on with Jay Knight and shit at Jay Knight's crib. Then
Oh,
we could
yeah.
do something like that.
Hey, I'm dead ass about us
Yeah.
getting a show together. You know, you, Jay, me, and I'll bounce between the two. You know, and we'll get our own little podcast going. We'll have Zack and that beat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give people some real hip hop
Yeah.
culture shit.
I fuck with the podcast vibes for sure. So we could
Hell yeah.
definitely get on that.
Yeah, like a music showcase podcast. That'd be ill, straight up. Studio.
Yeah, bro. That studio talk. Big time talk.
Studio talk. That's funny.
Yeah, man. I wish I had my my shit from a lot of my shit's still in Portland. Like my speakers and shit. Or I'd be slapping right now. You know me, Kemper. I would be
Yeah, oh,
slapping
yeah.
like real
Yeah,
though.
that's okay though. I guess in terms of where you see everything going for yourself, you know, like who are some of the biggest artists that you've worked with so far, or people that should be recognized that folks might not know about yet, you know, that you connected with on an underground scene or something? Who are some of those people?
Who should people know that they haven't? I wouldn't say. Wait, you talking about? Are you talking about bigger people, or are you talking about people that I feel like that people should know about?
People that you've made beats for, you know, like
Okay.
how's things going in your career trajectory, and in terms of like who made the songs, if they might not be well-known artists, like what's their name, like you can give a
Okay.
shout out to them, you know what I mean?
Well, shit. I think he's pretty well known already, but shit, shout out Mookie, bro. He really fucking the artist Mookie. One of the, he got me into a lot of positions and shit, and he got his own shit going on. He got his own clothing brand and shit. I feel like more people
Hey,
should know about that. I mean, because I met him in Portland, and he was, you know what I mean? He's a real one.
what you been smoking on?
Everything digital. I got this Flume, and then I got this vape pen. It's
Okay.
like this, actually. Yeah.
What's a flume?
A Flume is like, it's like a vape. It's like, you remember back in the day they had vapes and shit? It's like a nicotine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Like a cigarette. Yeah.
I'm still on the old school backy and bong reezies, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I got some Backwoods and some tree and shit too.
Hey,
But-
hold up. One time for an island boy. You ain't know about the banana backwood.
The bananas. You
What?
got exclusive,
I didn't
bro.
know they made other fucking flavors of backwoods like that.
Yeah, bro. They got vanilla. I think they got grape.
They got hella flavors, bro.
Yeah, but I think here in California they're gonna stop selling them. Like at certain, you can't buy them at certain places because it's like did a tobacco ban or whatever.
Yeah, it's like an import or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. There's gonna be. I'm not gonna say people are gonna survive longer, but there's something special about backwoods, whatever they be dipping them shits in, because only backwoods make you addicted to backwoods like that. Like I've never gotten a fiend for swishers like a backwood level fiend, bro.
Man, how you think I started smoking these bitches? Bro? I'm like, damn, bro, that shit made me want nicotine.
Woods will have you running through a whole fucking ounce right on the scene, bro. Just like roll another backwood. As soon as you get done, you're like your throat
Don't
burns.
Like,
don't let you be with more than one person. Now you're definitely rolling another backwood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can ask my brother. I smoked myself extra skinny one time, bro, because I was just sitting there, bro, in the summertime, and I was just blowing backwoods, bro, and I wouldn't even get up, bro. Like sometimes I'd be like, man, fuck eating. I'm rolling another backwood and watching a podcast, and like
Man.
it's not healthy.
Jesus.
I'm not promoting this shit. I'm just saying, like on a real level, there's man, fuck that. You know how many people y'all just judged the shit out of me real quick for what I was putting out there. Hold on. I'm calling it, all right? Everybody knows you done sat there and just bullshit, smoking too much weed. All right? And that's part of the modern day. People gotta learn how to rationalize some shit and not go to the extremes all the fucking time so we can be somewhat like fuck normal as a word, but you know what I mean? Let's get a baseline of all right,
Yeah.
I don't know why a baseline of all right.
No.
That sounds like some average.
Man.
Oh,
Damn it.
bro.
That's why I had to stop smoking them, bro. Because I didn't stop completely because obviously, I got some right now, but I had to slow down on that shit, bro, because that shit is really like I don't know if I would say it's addicting, bro, but
It's fucking addicting.
it
I'll
do
tell
make
you
you
right
be.
now. I'll say it. I'll be the first one to say it because I love these motherfuckers. But hey, fuck that. Sometimes this shit ain't good for my health, dog. You know what I mean?
It ain't.
And that
It ain't. For time, it ain't good, but it's still
no,
fire.
fuck that. Sometimes that shit be alright. You get angry as fuck. You fucking fuck around smoking backwood. You don't know what the fuck you were angry about.
Man, because it don't hit the same as a joint.
It don't. It's
It
got
don't hit
extra
the
turn
same
up.
as a joint. You smoke a joint, you be like, after smoking backwoods and you start smoking joints, you be like, damn, bro, like
You
I
can
can't
still
do
get on
this.
someone's head when you're smoking a joint. It's hard to get on someone like you can imagine coming in like if someone's mom smokes weed, if you've ever been in like a ghetto household, the mom's in there still talking shit with a joint in her hand, yelling at your ass, halfway through
Yeah.
it, still yelling at you, right? I'm like, just enjoy that shit and chill,
Right.
But I have not seen that happen with a blunt.
For real. A blunt, because a blunt's like next level, bro.
A blunt,
You
they be like,
remember
shut the fuck up and close the door. Fuck out of here. Fucking kids.
you remember, bro, you remember when Swishers was the thing, like people didn't know about backwards yet, so we were just smoking Swishers.
Yeah.
And that shit was like next level for me back then, like, oh shit, like fuck smoking joints. You can smoke a blunt and be high as hell.
Hey, you ever smoke a green Garcia?
Nah, I don't know what that is.
The Garcia Vegas? It's like
Oh yeah. I know what that is. Yeah, I smoked one of those before.
the green paper Garcias was like an exotic thing for like 2 weeks. And then we were like, man, fuck buying these little fucking they're so hard to find. They had us walking all over the fucking place. We was pissed, bro. But to me, a Swisher still is like what a blunt, like when I imagine a blunt, like when I die, I love y'all. Throw Backwoods in there too. I'll accept the Backwoods. But y'all better put a Swisher in there. At least one of you motherfuckers better put a Swisher Sweet, in my casket when I go. You feel me?
Yeah.
Just one time. Because that, to me, That'll be the one that I smoke when I get over my fucking Backwood Addiction at Heaven's Gates, while I'm in line. I'll blow through all the packs, and then I'll be there. Once I get to the other side, me and Jesus be like, share a Swisher.
I'm trying to fucking get on papers, bro. I keep buying them. Man, I'd rather smoke a wood.
It's just not what I'm looking for. And once I realized that, it was like, all right, if that's not my jam, then it's okay, if you just do it moderately, every now and again, and you don't let it get crazy. Fuck it, man. Something is gonna happen to you in life, and the older you get, it's like you realize today doesn't belong to you; it belongs to God, bro. You got a plan for today, but what's gonna happen today is bigger than you. It's too much for you to orchestrate. You just got to play your part. And today might be the day that you win. Today might be the day that you pass on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in that event, you're just supposed to live and be as happy and, joyful and run your course of emotions to mature yourself spiritually, and counter the consciousness that you want, that you desire on them higher levels. But sorry, I got all philosophical and jumped on my soapbox.
Oh shit!
That's what happens. I used to hold people hostage with a backwood. They be in my kitchen. I just start preaching to them. I light the bitch, smoke it, and then just pass it to them, and then just wind up preaching.
You be telling stories. I be doing that too, and be holding them up, babysitting like a motherfucker. Man.
Yeah, it just becomes incense at that point. This is part of the display. It's like a wand. I start writing shit. Smoking just enough to keep that bitch lit, and with shit falling off the end of it. You're like, damn, smoking backwoods in the kitchen, got my shit dusty.
About the woods, bro. They do that shit.
Yeah. No, man.
That's great.
Is someone really about? What are they doing?
Oh shit.
Sorry, I don't know if y'all could hear that.
Nah.
All right, it sounded like a NASCAR team changing a tire.
Yeah. Hey, my fucking appreciate y'all fucking having me on this motherfucker.
Yeah,
for
for
surely.
real.
I think maybe next time, if I get on again, I'll probably get on a J night and play some beats and shit.
Hey, yeah, bet.
Hell yeah.
Bet, bro. I'm gonna have you back. I ain't worried about that. And shoot us stuff. Like if you want us to showcase a beat or something, send us a beat. We'll figure it out. Like from your Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll send y'all a beat, or I'll play some exclusive shit. I would have played some unreleased shit, but my shit's tweaking right now.
Yeah.
Like damn. Hopefully next time I got my shit, up and running with the Discord. I could play beats out, but it's not gonna play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all good, bro. It was an awesome episode. We loved having you on. And where can the people find you and your music? We'll make sure we post some links and stuff, but go ahead and give shouts out to your social medias and let the people know what you're doing.
So appreciate you for having me. Y'all could get at me on Instagram, DWill the producer. On Twitter, it's prod by DWill. And my YouTube is, I think it's DWill the producer. So I'll be posting beats and shit up there sometimes, and on my Instagram I always post all my music, so that's where you can find me.
Thank you for tapping in, bro. I love you, G.
All right, bro. Appreciate y'all.
Have a good night.
All right. Peace.